It's Mix 1041, Boston's best variety. It's Gregg Daniels. It's Fast Freddy. It's Sting and Shaggy!
Bullet, 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 bullet.
Oh, all right. I forgot where I was. My
How
bad.
are you guys, man?
My
Great
bad.
to see you.
This is my first time in Cape Cod, actually.
Is it really?
Yep, I've never been here.
What do you think?
I flew over it. It's beautiful.
Oh, by the way, this is the Cape. All right, this is Cape Cod. We are right here. That's where we are.
No, this is Cape Cod.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
the
going
Cape
to
goes-
pizza.
no, this is the shape of the Cape, and this is
I
where
think
we are.
I need to leave because I'm under both y'all armpits. Not good.
Last time we saw Sting was back. What year was it, Mulaney? 2001. 2001. You played our mix lounge at the radio station
Yeah.
for like 40 people, and that was very cool. And it's good to see you again.
It's good. How many people today?
We got probably 200 today.
If that.
Building. I like that.
And the last time we saw Shaggy was a couple of years ago at Mixfest, and he was busy stealing the show at Mixfest that year.
You do that every night? Every night.
Does he? Yeah.
You steal my
Wasn't
show
me.
every night.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Well, Shaggy, we've been doing Mixfest 25 years. I've been to all of them. Probably over 200 acts. And that was one of the top performances of all time.
Ever.
Really.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you
that.
just you killed it up
I
there.
mean, it was a great day. You know, it's always tricky when you get an audience in the middle of the day, and it was pretty hot out.
Yeah,
there.
oh, yeah.
The sun was beating.
Yeah, the sun was beating. So to get a crowd moving in the middle of the day when it's hot is really hard. So
You
I
got it
knew the
done.
challenge was on for me, but I'm kind of sick like that. When
yeah.
these things come up, I'm like, watch me. I got, it's
Well, I
almost
got
like a
this,
thing
I
I
got
got to
this.
do. You know what I mean?
That's his gig, man.
But it was wonderful to see them just get up. They were really pumped. Everybody's hands was in the air. It was crazy, and we had a great time.
And everybody, pretty much, it's that was at that show that day.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, man. Did he just?
Oh,
just
thank
kill
you.
it. So
Thank you. I really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for that. We appreciate that. Now, the collaboration with the two of you, when I first heard about it, I was like, that's kind of odd. You know, who would put Sting and Shaggy together? Who came up with that? But then after thinking about it a
Kind
little
of
bit,
funky.
thinking about it a little bit, the
It is
police,
odd.
the police influenced, a lot of reggae influence with the police music. So then I'm like, yeah, that probably will be a good marriage. Then after listening to the CD, I'm like, wow, yeah, they knew what they were doing. So
Well, you see that in the audience every time we do a show. It's initial skepticism, what is this about? Then surprise, and then delight.
Yes.
Very quick succession. So we knew we were onto something when we first started it, but audiences get it very quickly. But initially, yes, there is a...
Yeah. And if you think
this
about
about?
it, it is not as odd as it might seem, because he has always done reggae.
Right, exactly.
When I was growing up in Jamaica, and when we heard the police music.
Yeah.
These guys are like the gateway for reggae because they were a white band doing reggae, and they got on mainstream radio.
Yeah.
So for a lot of upcoming Jamaican reggae acts, that was like an eye opener for us, a gate
Right.
opener
Sure,
for us.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So we could go and be like, wow, these guys are really doing our music, and it was a hybrid of what
Sure.
they did down there, but it was done so well. So he has always done reggae music, and that's what we had in common anyway. There was a love of the music, love of reggae, and it just kind of clicked. I said to somebody today, I said, this is a brother I never knew I had. You know what I mean? Because everything just kind of clicked.
I saw you on social media actually saying you love him like a sister, or something like that. Yeah, you actually said that.
I never heard you say that, bitch.
Knows now.
He was laughing.
Yeah, you did laugh. You definitely
like,
laughed.
"Oh, get out of
Yeah, pushed him and kind of laughed. If I downloaded the album, I own the album, and if
great.
you don't, you definitely should, because especially during the summertime, man, you put that on your poolside, your beachside, it's the perfect listen, man. It
It
really
makes
is.
you smile.
Yeah, it definitely
really
does.
makes you smile.
That's why for us as a radio station, to have you guys come here and perform some of the new tracks from this album at our mixed beach house, it just seemed like the perfect marriage.
And how
It's
did the
great.
collaboration come about? Who reached out to who first?
You
How'd
know,
that-
we have a common friend, Martin Kirschenbaum, who's my manager. He used to be Shaggy's A&R
A&R,
guy.
yeah.
Had a intuition that he and I would get on. And boy, did we. From the first moment, we kind of recognized each other's spirit, and started to make a song together. Then I was doing a record and invited Shaggy just to be a kind of presence around that record. Said, why don't you sing on this song, write a verse here, and then the next song, the same thing happened. Until I realized fairly quickly that this was a joint project. It wasn't a Sting album, this was Sting and Shaggy.
That's awesome. That's
And
awesome.
so it's great to share the load, great to share the creative load.
Absolutely.
And just have fun.
And you seem like great friends, and yeah, you bust each other's balls quite often. You can see that. And
That's what friends do. Isn't
yeah,
it?
it's that. Yeah, it definitely is. And did that happen immediately when you guys
Had
got
you known
together
each
in the
other?
studio? Did you know each other before
When we were
that?
in the studio, yeah, pretty quickly, I would think.
I think English humor and Jamaican humor are actually fairly
Similar.
Yeah. We break each other down.
Yeah.
And speaking of Jamaica, a special place in your heart, Sting. Back in the '80s, you spent a lot of time there.
I did. I lived in a place called Ocho Rios for a while. It was a very difficult political time, a very dangerous, volatile time. Now it's a totally different kettle of fish, but I wrote some great songs at the time. I wrote Every Breath You Take there, and
Wow.
King of Pain, and so I have a great debt to the island of Jamaica for many, many reasons. So he brought me back earlier this year, and we did a concert for his hospital, which he funds, called the Bustamante Children's Hospital. And he's not a fly-by-night charity guy. He's a solid guy, and he keeps with it. He's done it for 15 years, so that has a great deal of respect from me. I call him the Pope of Jamaica. People come bring their babies out for him to bless. And they,
Is it like that when they see Shaggy, they come running, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know about blessing. It was like, oh, yo, he just did a shit hole for me.
Actually, they all look like you. All those babies.
Wasn't me.
Well, speaking of that, what's your favorite Shaggy song, Sting? And Shaggy, what's your favorite Sting song?
You know, I was skeptical about whether I would ever sing a part in It Wasn't Me, because of the very dubious morals in that song.
Very dubious moral.
And, you know, I'm a very stand-up, upright guy. But then I read the lyrics more carefully, and I realized it is actually a moral parable. By the end of the song, you realize that lying is no good. Lying you get found out, so you better, come clean right away. And I'm speaking to you.
So, are you saying it was him?
You're speaking to somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying no more. I'm taking the fifth right now.
And Shaggy, what's your favorite Police or Sting tune? Which
I have so many. I really love Fields of Gold. That was always been my favorite. But since we've been performing, I've grown to really love Fragile a lot.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I think we closed the show with that.
It's a great tune.
It's always amazes me, just once you just start that guitar riff, how people, and then they all get quiet and just soak it in.
Yeah. It's a powerful song.
It's a little envious for me because I'm trying to think, what song do I have that they just sit, shut up, and just soak it? And I'm like, yeah, but I just talk about sex all the time.
They like that too.
It's interesting to ask Shaggy to write a verse for an existing song of mine, because he'll take the same subject and have a slightly different viewpoint,
Different take.
a personal viewpoint, and so that enlarges the hinterland of the song, the meaning of the song. So
I'm like, yes, Sting, I was really saying the same thing. It just had a couple of chicks along the way. But we got to the same point.
You got from point A to point B, you just took a roundabout way.
Right?
And what a show this afternoon here on the deck at the Mixed Beach House. Sting and Shaggy are going to perform momentarily. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
Continued
so much,
success.
guys.
If you guys don't own the new album, 44876, you better go grab it because it is awesome. Sting and Shaggy
House
on
of
Mix
Blues,
1041.
September 25th. That's right.